The youth forums of both the Democratic Party and the Socialist Movement for Integration launched a new cycle of protests against the Interior Minister Xhafaj today, saying they will not stop until he resigns. Cardinal Ernest Simon Troshani has been decorated by President Meta today with the highest title in the name of Xhafaj at a special ceremony with Troshani leading the Mass at Shenandoni Church in Laj. Between Elbasan and Tirana lies Funari with sprawling hills, surrounding forest and the 4 crystal clear lakes. Widely regarded as an undiscovered pearl of tourism, the municipality calls for better infrastructure. Good evening, it's 6 o'clock on Tuesday the 29th of May 2018. Welcome to the English edition of Aura News. My name is Alexandra and I'm here to bring you the day's top stories from across the country translated into English. With the calls, Xhafaj go, resign, Rama go, the youth of the opposition began to protest today at around 12 o'clock in a cycle of protests in front of the Ministry of Interior. A symbolic protest lasting about 30 minutes was organised by the Youth Forum of the 2 main opposition parties, the Democratic Party and the Socialist Movement for Integration, supported by MPs and militants. The protest did not lack symbolism, like the depiction of a boat carrying drugs, adorned with photos of Rama, Tahiri and Xhafaj, identified by the opposition as the big fish. They said that such protests will occur daily and will not just be in front of the Interior Ministry. I call on you tomorrow to join again in the protest. We will be here and we will not stop until the whole world understands what is happening today in Albania. It is very important to appear each day in front of the Ministry of Interior. The time has come to stop accepting. With our resistance, we will make it possible to overthrow this government that has hijacked our future, declared the leader of the Youth Forum of the Democratic Party, Belind Kalici. Meanwhile, even in the commissions, the Democrats have fixed their agenda on this issue, seeing it as an obstacle to opening negotiations in June. The OSCE Secretary-General Thomas Greminger expressed his optimism about the work of the Electoral Reform Commission, but added that the time has come to make decisions so that the new elements that could be tested in the 2019 local elections. I know that there is a special parliamentary commission working on the reform. I know that preparatory work is going well, but I think it is time for this to be translated into decisions so that the new elements can be tested next year, ensuring that you have something solid for the federal elections of 2021. Said Thomas Greminger. Regarding the political situation, Greminger said that the time has come for politics to mature in Albania, where despite the opposition raising its voice for its concerns, the parties must reach consensus on the country's strategic issues. Albanians have consistently been able to reach consensus on very important decisions. In saying this, I think there is still space for improvement as regards to the development of the political culture, where you have a strong and loud opposition, but also where political opponents are treated with respect, understanding that we must achieve consensus over the country's strategic issues, said Thomas Greminger. Parliamentary Speaker Gramos Rucci also expressed his optimism for achieving a broad consensus among the parties to deliver a successful electoral reform. There have been moments that have been even more difficult than these, and as a result of mutual cooperation and interaction, understanding has been achieved on many important issues. I am confident that a final product will be achieved in the first instance for the implementation of the OSCE recommendations, said Gramos Rucci. At a joint meeting, the parties signed a memorandum of understanding between the Republic of Albania and the OSCE. The head of state, Ilir Meta, has decorated Cardinal Ernest Simon Troshani with the highest title in the name of Xhafaj. In his speech, President Meta praised the cardinal's figure as a symbol of resistance to the wild communist dictatorship. For the head of state, Troshani devoted his life to the faith and service of the homeland. We are here in the church performing the symbolic prayers to honour one of the most vivid symbols of persistence, a prominent personality of the Catholic faith, a universal promoter of the values of peace, love, humanity, harmony and interfaith coexistence, Cardinal Ernest Simon Troshani. I would like to honour the distinguished cardinal with the highest title, that is, in the name of Xhafaj. This decoration, with the name of Majesty and Immortality, our national hero, has been given today to Cardinal Troshani as a representative of the extraordinary generation of Catholic clerics who devoted their life to steadfast trust in God. This includes the unconditional love for humans, high spiritual and moral values, freedom of conscience and dignified attitudes, serving and respecting the homeland and the nation. Cardinal Ernest Simon Troshani is one of the last living witnesses of the generation of Albanian clerics who were cruelly persecuted and condemned only because their soul and work were related to the freedom of faith and conscience. Cardinal Troshani is a symbol of resistance and unparalleled commitment to national values and ideals, said Ilir Meta. The decoration ceremony took place at Shenandoni Church in Lach following Tuesday's Holy Mass. Ernest Simon Troshani was declared cardinal back in 2016 by Pope Francis. The Infrastructure and Energy Minister, Damian Gjiknouri, together with the German ambassador to Albania, Susanne Schutz, inspected the port of Durrës, where large loads of cargo are currently being processed. As you can see, one of the biggest cargo shipments to ever come to Albania, windmills, is now being processed. They are to be installed in Kosovo, but Albania is providing the transit route, and the port of Durrës has been selected because of its capacities. It is a great achievement for the port of Durrës, as it is also offering the opportunity for all operators to gain experience in dealing with the transport of goods that require special treatment from the point of view of discharge, but also to transport to the final destination, said Minister Gjiknouri. Further, Minister Gjiknouri has explained that he is also talking about resolving inherent problems. We are working with the company to address some inherent problems. The first step has been the contribution they will make to opening a professional Navy school to be recognised all over the world, and the professional training that will be offered to certify Albanian sailors, ensuring they are able to work anywhere in the world. The German government has always expressed interest in the development of infrastructure projects, but in particular for the well-being of German businesses in Albania, said Damian Gjiknouri. The German ambassador to Tirana expressed her optimism regarding the progress of cooperation between the two countries, as well as between German companies and Albanian institutions. After conversations between the Tourism and Environment Minister, Blendi Klosi, and his Israeli counterpart, Yariv Levin, the first scheduled charter flight carrying tourists from Israel has landed. The first plane landed on Albanian soil at 6:30 this morning. Minister Klosi awaited the arrival at the airport exit, playing host to the first arrivals, who numbered approximately 100. The surprised tourists made an initial stop at the info point for Smile Albania. With smiles and congratulations, Minister Klosi welcomed many of the tourists who expressed their satisfaction with the first hospitality provided for their arrival. After the first direct charter from Israel next week, we will see the first scheduled charter from the Israel Air Company, who plan to offer 4 scheduled charter flights per week. Minister Klosi said that during the whole tourist season, Tirana International Airport will receive about 300 scheduled charters, bringing not only tourists from Israel, but also from Scandinavian countries, Poland, the Czech Republic, England and Germany. The Alba Wings company is not the only one to schedule charters from Israel. The Israel Air Company also starts flights next week, bringing the number of scheduled charter flights directly to Israel from Tirana International Airport. In addition, around 300 charter flights are expected to arrive around the whole season, bringing tourists also from Scandinavian countries, Poland, the Czech Republic, Lithuania, as well as England and Germany. Expect new surprises to be revealed day by day during the tourist season, said Blendi Klosi. Near the Smile Albania info point, tourists are given information and smiles, thus marking the inauguration of the first information point at Albania's main entry point, Tirana International Airport. Minister Klosi stressed that this point, and also the others that will be erected at entry points, will welcome tourists coming to our country this season. He added that they will have the hospitality of 1,000 young people who will inform them about the best tourist spots in our country and the opportunities they have to visit Albania beyond the beach season. Lying just 20 kilometres from Elbasan and 25 kilometres from Tirana, until a few years ago, Funari was not very well known. Now it is turning into a tourism mecca by taking advantage of its natural beauty and proximity to 2 of the country's largest cities. For reservoirs with emerald gold water that give freshness and beauty to the hills covered with forests. For 3 years, the Funari Fest has been organised, aimed at promoting tourism based on nature and a historical past. Playing games, picnicking or swimming in the crystal clear water are just some of the things Funari offers to any nature enthusiast. However, despite what Funari provides for visitors, the road to go there is not in an appropriate condition, and it does require intervention. The landscape can be compared to sites coming from the alpine lakes of Switzerland or elsewhere, but should private investments be promoted in the area? This question divides visitors, with some considering it necessary, while others prefer to enjoy the surrounding nature without distraction. And that's the news across the country today. Thank you for watching our English edition this evening, and be sure to join me again every Monday to Saturday at 6 p.m. for the latest news from Albania. Once again, on behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.